God is working something powerful that by the time things springs up for you, you will know that you are serving a great God. You will catch up with Ahab. You will overtake Ahab. By the time your time is time, time and chance happen to them all. Time and process happen to them all. I will never forget 2002. I asked Reverend Sam Adeyemi, I said, I have been following you. I've studied you. Things were not working before. I know when things were not working. I know when you wanted to run away because things were not working. I know when you wanted to abandon. The church was less than 500. I said, man, well, I know, sir. I said, but what happened? He said, man of God, if I tell you that there's something I'm doing differently now, I am lying to you. He said, that time I used to preach 3 hours, 2 hours. He said, now I preach 25 minutes, 30 minutes. He said, can I tell you the truth? I said, I want to hear the truth. He said, my time just came. My time just came. Ladies and gentlemen, your time too is coming. Your time too is coming. Nothing can hinder your time from coming. That time when you'll be living your dream is coming. That time when you'll be living your dream is coming. That time when you look around, all the pains, all the struggle, all the anxiety you have today, all the fears, you see them no more. That statement changed my life. I went back to my own work too and I calmed down. Because when your time shows up, the man of your destiny will see you. He won't be able to sleep. You will look like you are 16-year-old. He will be running up. You'll be thinking, you think your time has gone. Your time has not come. You think it's gone. It has not even come. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Many of you are using your age to say your time is gone. No, it has not even come. When your time arrives, and I'm sure you are closer to that time than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, when the time came for him, he said, Pastor, everything just started flourishing. He said, I started asking myself, but we've been doing this before. But it's the time. Everything began to pick up. Globally, locally, internationally. Everything. 3 years, so they asked him, how come you pastored a church for 20 years? They didn't even reach 500. And you got to Dallas in 1 year, you counted 1,000. He said, my time came. When your time comes, that song you wrote, nobody bought, you will sing it again. You know, let me tell you, that song's time has not come. That's why it's like that. That song is not a bad song. Nothing is wrong with that song. It's all that song came before its time. But keep that song. Huh? When your time comes, sing that song. Ask big-time musicians. Some of the songs that gave them a breakthrough. It's not a new song they sang. It's those ones they have sang. Nobody clapped for them. Nobody stood up for them. All of a sudden, the time of that song came. And they sang the same old song. It came with a fresh anointing. Everybody said, where have you been? Who is that person? I prophesy to someone here. In the name that's above every name. Step into your time. I pray in the name that is above every name, step into your season. I prophesy the faith and the patience you need to endure the cross, to despise the shame, so that you can lay hold of the things that are set before you. Receive the grace in the name of Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, when your time comes, that's why don't throw away. It is a combination of all your efforts. Don't think you are wasting your time now. You're not wasting your time. They ask a stone breaker. You know those who break stone with hammer? They studied a stone breaker. He took hammer. He was hitting a stone. He hit the stone for about 100 times. Then after he hit it the 100 times, the stone broke. They said, wow. How did you hit it the other time? He said, the same way I've been hitting it. It's the collation, the summation of the first hit, the second hit. So none of your effort is wasting. No. God is gathering them together. He said, after you have suffered for a while. So if you are thinking, oh, my time, I'm wasting my time, look at my life. If anybody tells you are wasting your time, tell them they don't know scriptures. You are not wasting your time. God is building you. They say to the Chinese bamboo, you are wasting your time. He said, I'm not wasting time. I'm growing my root downward. For 4 years, growing the root downward. Because God wanted to take him to 120 feet tall. Somebody is here. God wants to take you high. Where he's taking you is far. What he's preparing for you is big. You are facing some big challenges. Receive the grace to be able to withstand those challenges. Receive the grace to be able to overcome those challenges. Receive the grace to survive those seasons. Receive the grace to be able to walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I'm going to stop soon, but there's something going on in my spirit. You see, there's this thing we say all the time. We say things like, my mates are gone. Who told you they are your mate? Who told you? How did you get that information that they are your mate? Maybe you are not their mate. Say about pastor, maybe you are their senior. So you are ranking yourself, say, these are my mates, they have gone, see me behind. Who told you they are your mates? How did you know they are your mates? What brought you to that conclusion they are your mate? It is only God who can tell you somebody is your mate. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Maybe they are not your mate. Maybe they are not. The Nigerian bamboo is not the mate with Chinese bamboo. They don't buy them the same price. They are not the same cost. One is superior to the other. So if it took more time for one, there is a reason. There is a purpose. Embrace the purpose. Enjoy the process. Keep telling God, I know my time is on the way. Stretch your two hands to the heavens. Stretch your two hands to the heavens. Radaboshe, menkadoshedia, kadipata, mekato, shikedia. Open your mouth and declare, it's my season. It's my time. I receive grace not to abort the process. I receive grace to walk in faith and patience. I receive grace not to allow what is happening outside to affect me. I receive grace to hold on to your word, the promise of God in my life, to embrace and hold tightly the confession, my confession of hope. I receive grace. 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 In Jesus' precious name we pray. Grace to wait on the Lord. Grace to be content. Grace to be fulfilled. Grace to enjoy the journey on the way to where you are going. Grace to enjoy where you are at the moment on the way to where you are going. I said grace to enjoy where you are at the moment on the way to where you are going. Grace to enjoy where you are on the way to where you are going. Close your eyes wherever you are. You don't even have an idea where you are going. You are going so far. You are going to go far. All eyes closed, all heads bowed. You are going to go very far. I can see it. You are going to go very, very far. Whatever you are saying at the moment is just kindergarten. You are going to go far. Lift up your two hands. I say, Lord, I receive grace for the process. Grace for the process. Grace for the process. Grace to endure the cross and despise the shame. Yeah, there may be a few shameful things. Grace to endure the cross and despise the shame. I receive grace to despise the shame and endure the cross. I set my eyes on the joy that is before me. Grace not to be distracted from the joy that is set before me. There is a joy set before me. There is a joy set before me. Oh, there is a joy set before me. Grace not to be distracted from the joy that is set before me. I receive grace not to be distracted. Not to be distracted. In Jesus' precious name we pray. After 1 year, our church was still beside the donkey. And because my expectation was not met, one day Satan was laughing at me. You know, I was coming back from church. I was trekking. I didn't have transport fare that day. And Satan said, look at you. Your mother has poultry in Lelorin. If you are a manager there, you'll be okay than this. You cannot be trekking like you. At least you have transport fare. Go back. Close this thing down. Go back. I always thank God I didn't listen to that voice. I almost. Because there's nothing to close down. It's already closed down. there's nothing to close down. It's a closed down thing already. But I thank God. I had the voice that said to me, John chapter 12 verse 24, thou fool, don't you know that what you sow does not come alive and bring forth fruit until it dies? He said you are in your death stage. It's compulsory. It's part of the process for the seed to die. How do you want the seed to produce if it doesn't die? He said, don't be a fool. Cooperate with the process. That was the day God delivered me from complaining. And I said to myself, since it's a process, every process has a product. I can see the product. I will endure the process. I prophesy. Grace to endure the process, receive it in the name of Jesus. Some of you here, in the next few years, few months, few days to come, you will remember today. And you will begin to connect the dots together. So this is why I was there. So this is why this happened to me. So this is why I was delayed. So this is why I didn't get it when I wanted it. Everything will make sense. Everything will have meaning. I see you coming into that season. Everyone here that they have laughed at you, they've mocked you, they say you are wasting your time. I prophesy in the name of Jesus. The same people who said it are coming back to say congratulations to you. The same people who mocked you are coming to rejoice with you. The same people who laugh at you are coming back to laugh with you. In the name of Jesus. You will laugh last. You will laugh last. You will celebrate last. You will throw the party last. In the name of Jesus. When our church was really going through some wilderness time, one of my younger brothers told me, he said, I thought something is wrong with your head. He was very honest. He said, Pastor, with all respect, I thought maybe you are not okay anymore upstairs because I didn't know what you are doing and why you have to stay where you are. He said, but you know what I feel right now? I feel if I had known. He said it. He said, if I had seen what you saw, I would have quickly just match up with you. He said, he said, why do you even dance then? I like you to keep where you are going in front of you. Keep the table. Keep the glorious day. Keep the joy. Don't lose track. Don't lose sight of the joy that is set before you. Every day you wake up, see that glorious day. That day that things become so old that you look at everything and say, wow. I prophesy. As you see it, it will come to pass. As you draw strength and inspiration from it, in the name of Jesus, you will not be weary. You will mount up with wings as eagle. Thank you, Jesus. In Jesus' precious name we pray. In Jesus' precious